Hey guys, let me ask you a question. How hot is your heart? You know, most everyone that reads or listens to this blog is a leader in some shape, form, or fashion. Maybe the business, maybe the ministry. Let me tell you a great asset, which you already know, but let me remind you, an asset for a leader is passion. People buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. And people are attracted to men and women who have passion about what they're doing. So how hot is your heart? You know, in now almost 30 years of ministry, I've been through some extraordinary growth, some high times, some low times, some glad times, some bad times, some sad times. And what I've noticed is there's a counterintuitive issue that's going on. Every time a revival or a great move begins to break out, the church begins to really catch momentum, things begin to really clicking on all eight cylinders, what we begin to do is begin to run with it. And we begin to do work, we add services, chairs, we build buildings, we add other sites, we do all these things to harvest what God is doing. Let me tell you what we don't do. We don't throw wood on the fire of our heart. Because what is going on around us is hot. The services are rocking, the preaching is great, the worship's off the chart, new leaders, people are volunteering, and so it's hot. And what we think is that I'm gaining because I'm involved in this, my heart is staying hot. But the book of Proverbs says, where there is a lack of wood, the fire goes out. So let me ask you, you may be red hot, you may be ice cold, you may be on fire, your wood may be wet. What are you doing, even when the fire is diminishing or when the bonfire is blazing, what are you doing to add wood to the fire? Because I don't want to have a campfire. I want a bonfire that can be seen all the way from heaven. And so, what are you doing? For me, man, it is my prayer time, my time in the Word. It's time with some other people that encourage, that stoke my fire, that motivate me. It is, for me, my gift is communication and faith. And so, leading our church into areas of great faith like we're in right now, we're launching Campus University of Tennessee on October the 9th. We'll launch our North Knox location, most likely in January. We're expanding our Pellissippi campus and our Blunt campus. And we're on a major move forward. I mean, we're setting record attendances. People are being saved. And in the midst of that, I, as the leader, have got to stoke the fire. I've got to keep chunking logs on the fire. For the last 3 days, we've been at a senior staff retreat at my house. We've been looking at vision, values, strategy, goals for 2012. What are the things that we're not seeing? And I walk away from that energized and electrified. Now, different things for different ones of us light our fire. So my question for you today is, what lights your fire? What are you doing to stoke it up? What are you doing to pitch the logs on? There may be fire going on all around you. You're in a great period, but if you're not throwing wood on your heart, the fire that burns within you, your fire's going to go out, and then before you know it, the revival, the growth, all that's going to begin to subside, retreat, stop, and you're going to wonder, what in the world happened? Well, what happened was, as the book of Proverbs says, where there's a lack of wood, the fire goes out. Now, we're moving into fall, and I can't wait to begin to build fires. I love to have a quiet time in my living room with the fire blazing. But you know what? I had to get me some wood, and that wood is curing, and I got some splitting, and I've got to make sure it's the right wood. And what do you need to light your fire? Matter of fact, if you would leave a comment on this blog and tell us what lights your fire, what wood do you use, because that might help someone else. Stay bright, burn light, fire up. Let's burn so brightly for Jesus. The world's going to come watch us burn, and they're going to see Him. Think about it. Let your passion blaze and rage. Man, we love you. See you tomorrow.